Bing bong.
Several years ago, a movie came out called Searching. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was one of the best movies of the year. I would not shut up about it, and I told everybody I knew to go watch Searching. I thought it was an absolute achievement in filmmaking. Well, I don't actually think that many people saw the movie, maybe just a few of us. Luckily, just enough people saw it for them to make another one. And if you saw Searching, and even if you didn't, Missing is an absolute masterpiece in filmmaking that you are going to want to check out. So obviously the performances are off the charts. All of the acting is incredible. The writing is really, really, really strong. It's really, really well-written movie. But the pacing, Missing has some of the best pacing that I have ever seen in a movie. And on top of that, if you saw the movie Searching, that was a film that it seemed like was going to be very hard to replicate. And aside from replicating it, it was going to be even harder to top, to improve upon, because they were taking this concept of telling an entire film through just using technology, through just using FaceTime cameras, just using websites that the characters are going on in the movie, using their phones, using their tablets, their watches, trying to tell a story using just the technology that we see every single day. Somehow, I do not know how they did this, they managed to take the concept for the movie Searching, crank it up to like 1,000, and produce one of the most insane movies I think I have ever seen. When I say insane, we are talking about unpredictable. If you think you know where this movie is going, you are wrong. You do not know the story they are trying to tell here. Honestly, have to shout out the filmmaking style, because I think what we are seeing here is two films that belong in their own genre. If you've seen Searching and if you go see Missing, these are two movies that I don't know how anyone else could replicate the style of storytelling that is happening in these films. And it's something that we saw it a little bit with like found footage, but honestly, to me, these movies seem like the evolution of the tracking shot, of like the one take. You know, we saw it in True Detective, we saw Birdman do a whole movie like that, but this feels like the next level of that type of filmmaking. Like when you are telling a story based purely off of found footage in terms of like technology, and like you have a finite amount of resources you can use to tell that story to make sure that it stays true to the way they are trying to create this film. And somehow they do it. Missing is, from start to end, one of the most enthralling movies that I have seen in a very long time. This movie sucks you in. You are glued to the screen. You are so invested in what is happening in this story. And even if you start to waver just a little bit, something crazy happens. Trust me, something crazy happens. And this is one of those small movies, usually movies that studios are not that confident in will drop in January, because there's no way a movie like this is going to be getting any sort of awards recognition, but that's okay. Films like this, I think, hopefully are word of mouth. I just hope enough people see it that we get another one, because honestly, I really thought after seeing a movie like Searching and how they were telling that story through the use of technology, that it was kind of like seeing a magic show, right? It was like, it was a little bit of a novel concept. There's a little bit of novelty there in terms of like, well, how many different shots and, you know, ways of like making twists and turns and all this like mystery and intrigue, like how can you really replicate that going forward? It sort of feels like a one-trick pony. It sort of feels like the type of movie where if you've done it once, it's going to be really, really hard to do it again or improve upon it in a way that actually makes it like relevant that you made another one, instead of just like sort of milking a franchise or turning it into a franchise that doesn't really end up going anywhere or ever really improving. If they were able to do it, which they were, which is incredible, then I want more. Please go see Missing. This is a movie, no pun intended, a lot of people will miss. A lot of people will not see this film because it's a little bit weird, it's a little bit different, it's not a conventional style of filmmaking or storytelling or any of that. But there is such a strong story here. There is such an important story that they are telling. And most importantly, they are doing it in one of the most unique, if not the most unique way currently that you could be making a movie. It is easily going to be one of the best films of the year. It's right up there with Searching. I think these two movies are such an achievement, absolutely incredible. And my God, am I happy that we got another one. Hopefully, we get more.